Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, and welcome back for the second half of Up Close and Personal with Angela. Of course, I am Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine and AALAC. AALAC is African American Author Literacy Awareness Campaign, where I truly believe in bringing awareness to brown authors all over this world. Aspiring Authors Magazine is to bridge the gap between brown authors all over this world and to touch on topics that other people don't want to talk about that's affecting our brown community. So today I have a very special guest with me. She's a woman that wears many hats. I'm super excited that she's going to be able to share amazing association that she just recently launched. I'm going to bring her up and allow her to share just a little bit about who she is, and then we're going to jump into the conversation. I want to welcome this beautiful woman of God. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hello, thanks for having me. I look like I spelled my name wrong. I forgot the A. But welcome. Thanks for having me. It's a
Welcome. I'm
pleasure
glad
being on
to
here,
have you.
Angela.
Yes, ma'am. I'm honored and I'm always humbled to have individuals come on and share across the platform. I want people to know who you are because I've only known you for a short period of time. But the time that I've known you, I've seen you do some amazing things. And I would love for you to share with those that are gonna hear this live and those that are gonna hear the replay, just a little bit about who you are.
Awesome. Well, we've been connected for a while, I think, on Facebook somehow. And I started noticing a lot of your posts about authors and everything. So it caught my attention and I started reaching out because I know a lot of authors. And like you see, I'll be tagging people because so they can take advantage of the opportunities that you share because you have so many great opportunities. And, it's a shame that some people get to miss out on things because they don't know. Right. So when I see things, I like to share with other people that can benefit. So I want to thank you for being that creating these platforms for authors, people like myself and others, because they probably just have a book and that's it. They wouldn't have these platforms to get the word out, to share about whatever it is, the amazing stories, the amazing opportunities, the calendar, you got the magazine, you got the this interview platform. You have so many avenues for authors. So I just want to say congratulations to you and thank you to you for creating these platforms for authors and other women and, to just get out there.
Thank you, and thank you for coming to share today. I'm super excited about you sharing because I know you do some amazing things. I know you just launched an amazing association here in South Carolina, and I would love for you to share a little bit about that.
Okay. Well, my name is Shachena Gibbs. For those who don't know me, I'm the entrepreneur and I'm an author, I'm a business strategist. I am the CEO of Real Sisters Rising Women Business Association. We've been established since 2003. We started out as an online community of women entrepreneurs looking for resources to grow their business from home. From there we just grew and we have members all over the United States and internationally, right? So we have had other chapters throughout the time, but we had closed them. And now we're relaunching our chapters. And right now we are opening a South Carolina chapter and the meeting will be in Columbia, South Carolina. I'm so excited about this because I went there for a speaking engagement and it grew into it ended up will be opening up a chapter, right? So I was like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening because that was not my intentions, but I know I wanted to open these chapters and I put it out there and they said yes, right? So sometimes you gotta ask those questions, you gotta ask for what you want so you can get what you want. So I was like, okay, we making this happen and we're gonna be meeting once a month in Columbia, South Carolina. The chapter president is Shayna Asby, and chapter vice president is Tawana Evans. They're amazing women. They are life coaches. They have their own businesses. They have a lot of amazing things going on in their career, in their professional career. And I would love for you, if you're in the South Carolina area, in the Columbia area, the first of the month, the next chapter meeting is December 5th from 2 to 4. So if anybody's in the area and they want to know more, I'll at the end of this, I will share my contact information, the website to visit that. But I am so excited about opening the South Carolina chapter. They're going to have networking events, business trainings, and so many things to bring to the community.
Well, I'm excited because I am here in South Carolina. I'm
Yes.
currently in Atlanta, but I live in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I think that's only about 2.5 hours from me. Um,
Okay.
but I am from upstate South Carolina, so I'm familiar with South Carolina. Period. So I will definitely be connecting with you and seeing how I can be an impact.
You know,
So
I'm
thank you
not in
so
South
much.
Carolina. I'm in New York.
I
I live.
I didn't
Yeah.
realize that until today. I didn't realize that until today, but it's no coincidence. I think everything happens for a reason because I also have a couple connections in New York, and not to mention I have family in New York too. Um,
Okay.
yeah, my dad's side of the family is from New York.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a couple of authors that I have a relationship with for a couple of years now. That's in New York, Amityville, and I think I want to say Pam is from New York, New York. So that what is
Manhattan.
actually Manhattan.
Mhm.
Um, one of the young ladies is from Brooklyn, I think. I think she said she's from Brooklyn.
Okay.
I think.
Well, I'm on
Um,
Staten Island.
okay,
I've
okay.
only been here about 2 years. Well, you know, I lived in the Bronx, from Queens. I don't. Right now, at this point in my life, I don't lived on every borough in New York. So I just say I'm from New York. I don't even say what borough anymore. I'm just from New York.
That's it. Once you've been around, you from there.
Yeah,
Period. So yeah.
exactly. But I like here in Staten Island. It's very quiet. You know, it's peaceful. I come home from the chaos, come into peace and quiet. So I really do enjoy it.
So I want to know a little bit about you.
Me? Well, okay. Well, I am a mom of two daughters. I have two, they're adult daughters now. I keep forgetting. They're two adult daughters. I have my fur baby, Oreo. She is a key part of the family because she makes sure she's being seen and heard, whoever comes here. But my two daughters, Destiny and Diamond, they're a strong part of what I do, why I do it, and why I started. And when I started, they were very young, and I didn't want to work for anyone because I had young children and I didn't like childcare. I didn't like what was going on in childcare. Then when I had a job, I didn't like the fact that I had to ask permission to leave if my child was sick in school, right? And I'm not I'm kind of a rebellious type, so I would just leave, right? And I used to tell them I wasn't asking you, can I go? I was letting you know that I'm leaving because my child is sick and you need to replace or do whatever you need to do in my absence, but I am leaving. And, you know, working for someone just didn't work for me because I had young children. And my oldest daughter, she was, you know, she used to get in a lot of trouble in school. So I had to go. And so I realized me working from home was the best. It was best for me, right? So I growing up, I knew I had a lot of skills and talent. I was helping people. So that's what I was doing. When I started the Yahoo Group, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do because I had done hair. I worked in a hair salon, worked from home. I was baking cakes. I was doing graphic designs with flyers. I was doing so many different things. So I went and spoke to a business counselor. There's this place called the Women Business Resource Center here in New York, but they're closed now. But at that time, you know, we had a session and she told me, "Oh, you want to start a women's organization?" I was like, "No, I don't. That's not what I want." Right? I don't. That sounds like I got to manage a whole bunch of women, and that's not what I want to do. So after doing my research, long story short, here we are, 17 going on 18 years later, with a women's organization. And it's not that I'm managing all these women. I am helping them grow their businesses. Right. So that time I didn't understand that. And then as I was sharing when we first started in the Yahoo group, it was me positioning myself as the expert in this area. I was becoming the leader in this area. I was coaching and didn't realize I was a coach because I was like running from that name, like, I'm not nobody's coach.
Mm,
I'm not a coach. I'm not a consultant. I'm just helping. But I was coaching, I was speaking, I was training, I was strategizing, I was doing all these things, but I just didn't want the title. And then once I, got it together, I didn't even have a website and women was joining. I couldn't understand that at first. So once I got the website, created packages, I, structured what I was doing, really it started growing, and I understood the power that was behind what I was doing. And it was more women just like, Shashina, you helped me with this, and you helped me grow my business, and you helped me understand, and I was like, okay, I got something going. I got something here. And it went from a Yahoo group to us opening chapters in different cities and states. It went to opening the chapters to having live events and trainings and conferences. We had times that we, slowed down because of different things, but this we going on 18 years old. We going on 18 years old now. I have several books out. I've helped thousands of women grow their businesses, start their businesses, share resources with them, and I'm looking forward to going even further.
And I'm excited for you. And I definitely want to connect because you have definitely inspired me today, and making me want to really grow what I'm doing. Because I just want to be able to impact people and be able to empower people to know that they have power, and the power is within them and they have to tap into that. And that's what you're doing. You're
Yes,
just teaching people how to tap into what they already have in,
exactly.
in different ways. And I thank you for that. And I am just like you. I run from titles, and you have definitely just. I'm gonna own some truth. I am.
Yeah, when you have so much in you, it's hard to really pick a title because it's like, all right, today, you like, I'm a marketing coordinator. I'm an event planner because if you have a business, you have an event. This is an event, right? I was talking to the chat. We had a chapter meeting, leadership meeting the other day, and we was talking about the plans for the chapter meeting, and I kept saying the event, 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 and one of the young ladies is like, "What event? Isn't it a meeting?" I said, "To me, everything is an event. Anytime you gotta create something, invite people. To me, it's an event. So that's just how I speak. And when you plan an event, that's something you at first you like, oh, I gotta get an event planner for that. But when you're in business, you always having some type of an event. Even planning for Black Friday's coming up, that's an event. You planning for these sales, these specials, that's an event. So you never think of that as a business owner. I'm planning events. I can put on the title of an event planner, event coordinator, event whatever. So you carry all these different hats. Even if you hire somebody to plan the event, you the
Hmm.
visionary behind it. You're planning the event because the person can't activate anything until you share your vision of that event. So you are an event planner, right? Then you have to do that admin work. You have so many titles under your belt when you become an entrepreneur. It's
Wow.
scary.
It is, and I think that's why a lot of people run from it, and a lot of people struggle with the process. It's a lot of people out here. They want to be an entrepreneur, but they don't know what the first steps to start.
Right. So that's one of the things. One of the programs within Real Sisters Rising, with coaching with me, um, I help women to become, sorry, to help them become more structured, have a structured business, right? And understand what's going on. So you might not be in a position to hire right now, but if you understand your structure, you can start planning to hire. You know what departments, you're not saying, oh, I got to do the market, I got to do this. You understand that's the marketing department. You understand this is the media department. You understand this is admin work. You're able to separate so because you understand the structure of your business. So you can say, okay, it's time for me to get a virtual assistant. It's time for me to get someone for the marketing department. You are already in position to hire because you know what you need. So this is what we do in Real Sisters Rising, helping women get more confident with the foundation of their business so that they can properly run a business, not just a home based business and think that, oh, I got a home based business. It's not, I don't need to do all these other things. Yes, you do. It's just because your location isn't home doesn't mean you don't have to do anything else that will make your business a real business, a big business. Might be say a home business, small business, but think like a big business. So you can take it to that next level.
And one of the things I do with AALAC, the organization, is to try to get authors to think outside of just being authors, but being entrepreneurs and building that business structure around their books, and not only that,
Right.
building the brand, because we get these books and sometimes we don't do anything with them. We just put them up on the shelf and we just let them sit there. When you just become a business, when you
Exactly.
publish that book, you just become a business. And a lot of people need direction and they need structure on that. Do y'all provide services along that route for authors?
Well, not specifically for authors, but we do provide that service. However, like in my book, The CEO System, I talk about the structure of your business and just the things that you need to do. And I also talk about a number of things that you really won't find, like if you just search online. You have to experience, go through certain trial and error to understand that. So I put that stuff in the book so that way, you could read it and it opens your eyes to the possibility because certain everything is not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, authors have to realize that is a business, right? And there's so many ways you can make money from your book, right? Just alone pre-selling the book, right? So you have to pre-sell your book. You can sell advertising in your book. You can partner with other organizations and have them purchase your book. Put them give them a page in your book, an ad space, and so many things. And then using your book to get speaking engagements, using your book to just have credibility for who you are and what you do. I mean, the a book is $20, right? Just say you're selling your book for $20. You can create a membership program that's $20 a month from that one book. It's just so much you can do with your book. And if you're a self-published author, you can edit your book whenever you feel like it because you created this book. You don't need to wait for nobody else. Now, if you someone who has you co-author in a project or something, maybe you can contact the person who put the collaboration together and ask them, can you do X, Y, and Z? So I did another book, The Life of an Entrepreneur, and I was a co-author there. And what we did was everybody did pre-sales, and the people who pre-ordered the book name was listed in each one of our chapters, right? And we keep that money. So we paid to be a part of the collaboration, but those pre-orders we kept that money, right? And all we had to do is pay for the books that we needed, but that was extra income. And you can also there's other things that you can do to earn money from your book. You also can get the library right now. They need books. People are getting because the libraries are people are ordering getting books from the library, borrowing, and they're not bringing them back. And especially digital copies of your book because everybody's at home and quarantine. People are getting the books, what you call it, PDF. They borrowing the books from the libraries, and you can have your book in the library digital. But in the library, is really serious about getting their books back, even the PDF versions, because they give you that 2 week time, and after that 2 week, you have no access to that book again. You have to ask to what you call it, renew or reborrow the book again.
Mm-hmm.
But they serious about that. But at the same time, look into the libraries because they need books. So I'm saying I'm a lot. Ooh, book
You okay?
the libraries they need books. They need more books. One because we're very limited across the nation with libraries. I mean bookstores.
Okay, so do you know how someone could get in contact with the libraries? Because I've been reaching out to certain libraries and I've been getting certain things with them. What would your response be to how to approach the libraries?
I don't have that information right now, but I have the information available that I recently obtained. So I can share that information with you later today. Matter of
Yes,
fact, I'm gonna say Friday because after this I gotta cook Thanksgiving dinner. So I'll share with you by Friday. Please do send me a reminder, but I will share with you Friday. I just purchased some information. I was on a training about the library, so I'm not well versed in this area, so I don't want to give false information. I'm going to give you the information that I obtained, and you can share it with your community.
because I have actually one of my book reviewers. She works for the library system here in South Carolina in Charleston. She's been with the library system for 15 years. But all of the library systems are kind of different because I actually
Yes.
reached out to the one here in Myrtle Beach, and they go through a certain publishing company,
Mm-hmm.
and if your book is not on that list,
Yes, that's what they said in the information. You have to
okay.
be in a certain list for them to even look at your
And it's a
information.
certain publishing company. I forget the name, but I'm sure your information has that. So yeah, I'm gonna reach out to you. That is some great information for authors.
And they said
To
also
have.
if you have a relationship with the library, sometimes you can get through all of that if you have a relationship with the whoever's in charge of making these purchases. Before then, I didn't know the library purchase. I thought you had to donate your book to the library.
Mm-mm. When you donate books to the library, it usually goes to their friends program.
Okay. But
They
now
have
I know. So that's why I'm like putting it out there because I would like to see more of us have our books in the library. If it's especially self-published authors, usually, if you go through a major publishing company, they do that for you. But as a self-publishing author, most of us have our books sitting on the shelf. Say after we promote it a few times. Patrice wanted to see a copy. So
yeah. She
uh,
wanted to see a copy. I was gonna put it up at the end so I can do the whole screen.
okay. So a lot of us have our books we promoted a few times on the internet, or we have our book signings, and then that's the last time you hear about that book. But you want to keep on putting your book out there because even um, a year later, that book may be relevant. And if you self-publish, you can. If it's like some of the stuff in my book, this is actually the second version of the book. The first version I put out in 2016. The cover was different. So what I did was update the information, especially if you're talking about social media in your book, or or anything. You're welcome. Anything you're talking about, because you want to make sure that you're giving updated and relevant information. I was talking to a young lady the other day, and what we said, like, if your book is a year old or more, most likely a lot of the information is out of date because our world is always changing. So you want to make sure that if you have a book such as that's teaching something about right now, so say if you have a book out about social media, we do know next year the stuff is going to be changed, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Because I know in the first version I had the dimensions of Facebook, the events, the banners, and just a template for people. And thank you, Patrice. But and the templates change from a year ago. The templates changed from 2016, right? So I can't put that information in the updated version of my book. I have to. Matter of fact, I actually took that out because I was like, I'm not going to keep on updating it. So I took that information out. But if you look at a book that's even about science, about that was from 10 years ago or longer, that information may or may not be relevant right now because things
Right.
have changed, right? So as a self-published author, you have the ability to update your book, revise your book, do what you want with your book because that's your book. You can add sponsors, you can add what you call it, a directory. If there's a lot of people. We just launched. Well, it's about to be launched. Diva Affirmations with Michelle D. Garrett, and that's an affirmation book. If an affirmation book, you can add resources for your target market. So it might be women who need the what you call that's in the shelters or something like that. You can add resources in the back of the book and charge people to be listed in your resource directory, right? And make money from that. So you can take a $20 book and make six figures with this book if you put the right strategy together. But you have to think like an entrepreneur not just an author. You have to be an entrepreneur. you know.
Entrepreneur, and that's what that's what I've been trying to teach. That when I created the organization, I don't know where this feedback is coming from, but when I created the organization in 2016, that was my objective. I wanted to provide a platform for authors to get resources and to get the needed tools that they needed to not just be an author and a vendor at events, but how to become an entrepreneur and build a brand around their book. You have been sharing some amazing information. Now, I need you to share with those that have been tuned in and those that are following that will hear this, how they can get in contact with you. And I want you to share your book again. I'm going to give you the screen so you can share and show your book.
Okay. So this is okay, just the light. I just want to get the light up. So this is the book, The CEO System. This is the home business edition. The CEO system is the curriculum I follow and the training I provide for the members of Real Sisters Rising and my coaching clients. Uh, Real Sisters Rising is a women business association. It's an online platform where we have, well, when we able to have, when it's safe, more live events, but we provide training and resources and tools for women entrepreneurs, primarily home-based business owners, to grow, start, run, and grow their businesses. We also love the fact that our members get to network and build long lasting professional relationships. And we are looking to grow throughout the United States and overseas, all the different international cities and territories. We have members virtually, but we want to get physical. We want people to build relationships in a physical sense because those relationships seem to last longer, right? So if you want more information, you want to visit our website, you could go to realsistersrising.com. If you want to get a copy of the book, you can go to the ceosystembook.com and purchase a copy, a paperback copy. If you want to get the Kindle version, you could go on Amazon, type in the CEO System, Shachena Gibbs. On Facebook, Real Sisters Rising. I'm on Instagram at Real Sisters Rising and Twitter and YouTube. We are all just type in Real Sisters Rising. It's RealSistersRising.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on and sharing today. Patrice is actually the director of our book review team. So
Oh, great.
she's
Thank you
probably
so much. She just purchased the Kindle version. Thank you.
so she probably will be reading and doing a review on your book. So
Oh, that's
probably be the
nice.
she's amazing. And she loves to read. So that is something she likes to do. So
Yeah,
thank
it's
you,
a quick
Patrice, for
read.
joining us.
Yes, it's a quick read. It's a lot of information, but it's a quick read. And like I said, everything in there may not be for everybody, but it'll get your mind going. Like, should I do this? Let me research for what's for me to see if I need this. I'm in New York to start a business, to grow a business. They want a lot from you. And someplace else, another state, you in New Jersey is like real simple. Other states is simple, but New York, they want a lot from you. So I share the experience I have had to come across as an entrepreneur running business in New York.
So yeah, and people have to learn how to take what works for them, whatever works for them, and apply it to them because everything doesn't work for everybody. And I thank you for sharing that. Um, do you have anything else that's coming up before the new year kicks off that people
Well,
need to follow?
yes, I would like to invite you if you in the Columbia, South Carolina area, you can come visit our chapter meeting. It's going to be December 5th from 2 to 4. We got some giveaways, and our chapter president Shayna Asby and Tawana Evans will be hosting. And it is at the Resource Center at 2018 A Main Street. It's in the downtown area in Columbia. So if you want more information, you could go to the website. It is realsistersrising.com, SC chapter. and you get all the information. And I won't be there, but I'll be there virtually.
Amen. Amen. Well, I want to thank you for coming on today. Like always. Oh, I did not ask you the word.
What's the
Cannot
word?
leave without asking you the word.
What's the word of the day?
So, the word is power. What does that word mean to you?
Oh my goodness, power. When I think of power, I think of the show. There was so much power in the show. But I relate to that word because for me, having the ability to make my own decision in my business and my time, it's power. That's powerful. Many people they don't understand how much power it is to control your time, to have time freedom, whether you want to get up late, get up early, run your business, you want to go on vacation, run your business, help someone. That's what power means to me. When you have the freedom, the time freedom, you have financial freedom to help someone else on your terms, right? You're not being forced to. You're not getting up out the bed, going to 9 to 5 to a job you don't love or want. If you love your job, great. But if you don't love it and you feel like you forced to go there, you don't have the power. You're giving somebody else your power. You have the power to control your time. You have the power to help others. You have the power to help your community, help other women, help other men, help other whatever it is you do. You don't even have to be an entrepreneur to take have power. You can work 9 to 5 and have power. Just have power over yourself and what you do.
Wow, that's amazing. I want to share with you um, the meaning of that word as it was downloaded to me. The P stands for position. The O stands for overcome. The W stands for being a willing vessel. The E stands for empowerment, and the R stands for resilience.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
When he broke it down to me, I had to stop. And when he broke it down, it was for somebody else. He wanted me to share it with somebody else, and it made the person cry because I didn't even know who the person was. I never met them before a day in my life. It kind of scared me. That day they connected with me.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to be a part of an anthology that I'm working on, a poetry anthology. And that day they signed up to be a part of both of the anthologies. And all I simply said to them was, I thank you for using your voice. And immediately he said, they're expressing their power. There's power in their voice. And I had to go into their inbox and tell them, people are going to come at them. They're going to try to silence what they want to share, but do not allow people to stop what you want to share
Right.
because healing was going to come through them sharing in this poetry collaboration. And when I shared that with her inside her inbox, she told me, she said, wow, she said, you don't know what I was going through. She said, I needed every word of that. She said, my daughter has been battling suicide. She's attempted suicide. She's been having suicidal thoughts, and
Wow.
she stopped taking her medication. I didn't know that lady. Didn't know
Right.
anything about her. And the day he downloaded that word, that's why I've been asking everybody what that word means to them because I want to know what it means to you because I want you to know that you got power. You got power on the inside of you. You got to tap into it. People
Yes.
out here want handouts and want people to hand stuff to them. It's not going to happen.
You got
It,
everything you need within you.
that's it. You got to tap into it.
I
You
tell my
got,
kids that all the time.
I'm standing on Luke 1 and 37. He said faith. It does not make things easy, but it makes it possible. And you got to know that things are going to come.
Yes, they are.
I mean that's what the enemy was put here for, to come at you, to attack you. But hey, that's what we do. Before we leave, I always ask my guests to share something inspirational that will encourage those that tune in. Would you please?
Well, what I want to say is right now in our world, we are facing challenging times. And we have lost a lot of people. We lost a lot of motivation. I want you to keep going despite the challenges that we are going through because although we lost a lot of people, there are more people here who's still living, who needs to see you, hear you, feel you. They need you here, right? You have to be strong for not only you, not only for your business if you have a business, but you have to be strong for the other people that are dependent on you. They may not be dependent on you for anything specifically. They might just be dependent on you for your presence. So I want you to understand that we may be going through something right now, but you're going to get through it. And you're going to have a testimony, right? And if you want to be an author, if most of likely you're an author, listen to this interview, write about it. This challenge right now could be your next story, but don't let this beat you up. Pray about it, get through it, talk to somebody, whatever you have to do, but don't let it tear you down. Just keep the motivation up, and let's go forward.
Amen. Amen. Well, I always like to extend my services. If there's anything that I can do to assist you on your journey, please feel free to reach out to AALAC or Aspiring Authors Magazine. That's what we're here for. We
Thank
just
you.
desire to educate, empower, and encourage. Um, so I want you to have a wonderful rest of your day and enjoy your holiday.
Thank you. You do the same.
You guys have been tuned in to Up Close and Personal with Angela on behalf of Aspiring Authors Magazine. I thank you for taking your time to join us. Please, if you would, please go over and support Real Sister on the Rise. I thank Shachena for joining me on today. Please go over and follow her on Facebook and her various social media platforms. You guys have a blessed rest of your day. And I will see you guys back here on next Monday.